In a small village surrounded by dry fields and dusty roads lived a donkey named Boro. Boro was strong by nature, but years of hard labor had worn him down. Every morning before the sun rose, his master tied heavy sacks to his back and sent him to the market. From the market to the mill, from the mill back home, Boro walked the same path again and again. Yet, despite all his effort, his master was cruel and careless. Boro was rarely fed enough. Some days he received only a little dry grass, other days nothing at all. As night fell, Boro would lie down with his stomach aching and his heart filled with sadness. "Is this all my life will ever be?" he often wondered, "to work endlessly and sleep hungry?" One evening, while returning from a long day of labor, Boro wandered near the forest edge. His legs were weak and his head hung low. That was when he noticed a fox sitting calmly on a rock, watching him. The fox had sharp eyes and a thoughtful expression. He studied Boro for a moment and then spoke. "Friend," the fox said gently, "you look tired beyond words. What troubles you so deeply?" Boro stopped and sighed. No one had ever asked him such a question before. Slowly, he told the fox everything about the heavy loads, the endless work, the empty stomach, and the master who never showed kindness. The fox listened patiently, without interrupting. When Boro finished, the fox nodded. "You are strong," the fox said, "but strength without wisdom brings suffering. Still, I believe your hunger can be solved." Boro lifted his ears. "How?" "I know of a farm not far from here. It is filled with fruit trees, cucumbers, garden eggs, carrots, apples, and more. At night, the owners sleep deeply. If you come quietly, you can eat your fill and return before dawn." Boro could hardly believe his ears. "Food every night?" "Yes," the fox said, "but only if you follow one rule." "What rule?" Boro asked eagerly. "Silence," the fox replied firmly. "Eat, enjoy, and leave without making a sound. Wisdom lives in restraint." That night, Boro followed the fox through narrow paths and tall grass. Soon they reached the farm. The air was sweet with the smell of ripe fruit. Trees stood heavy with food. Boro ate slowly at first, then eagerly. His stomach, empty for so long, finally felt full. Joy filled his heart. From that night on, this secret journey became routine. Every night, the fox guided Boro to the farm. Every night, Boro ate quietly and returned before morning. His body grew stronger, his steps firmer, and his eyes brighter. But the fox never stopped reminding him, "Boro, never forget, silence protects us." For many nights, Boro obeyed. As days passed, Boro's strength returned fully. He began to feel proud. The hunger that once humbled him was gone, replaced with confidence. Slowly, confidence turned into arrogance. One day, Boro thought, "Why should I always hide like a thief? I am doing nothing wrong." One night, after eating more fruit than ever before, Boro felt overwhelmed with happiness. His heart raced with excitement. He wanted the world to know how joyful he felt. The fox noticed Boro lifting his head and quickly rushed to him. "Please," the fox whispered urgently, "this is not the time for pride. Let us leave now." But Boro frowned. "You always talk about silence. I am tired of being afraid. I deserve to be happy." The fox tried again. "Being happy does not mean being careless. Wisdom is knowing when to stay quiet. Boro shook his head. "I am right," he said stubbornly. "Nothing will happen." Before the fox could stop him, Boro opened his mouth and began to sing loudly, his voice echoing across the farm. The fox froze in fear. Lights flickered on inside the farmhouse. Dogs barked. The owners rushed out with sticks and lanterns. Seeing the donkey in their farm, their anger flared. Boro tried to run, but fear slowed him. The heavy ground, the shock, and his tired legs betrayed him. The fox disappeared into the forest, unable to help, watching helplessly from a distance. By morning, the farm was quiet again. The forest felt heavier that day. The fox sat alone under a tree, his head lowered. Wisdom warned him, but pride silenced his ears. Moral of the story: being right is not always wise. Pride makes us loud. Wisdom teaches us silence. Ignoring good advice can cost more than we ever imagine. Sometimes survival depends not on strength or happiness, but on knowing when to listen and when to stay quiet.
Thank you for watching Generational Animation, where every story carries a lesson and every voice echoes through time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, because the next tale might just change how you see the world of animals. See you in our next story.